Hi, this is lesson 4.4, but this is not observational learning continued. That was a mistake that I had made. So we can just cross this off and it should be correct on your notes. But this is operant conditioning. Continued. I'm sorry, I got us a little bit ahead of ourselves with observational learning, which we're going to talk about at the end of this unit. So today we're going to talk about different reinforcement schedules, so reinforcing behavior and how when you reinforce it at different times, it may impact your behavior. So we talk about reinforcement, we can talk about rewards and punishments both. So when we talk about reinforcement, remember reinforcement is going to be adding to behavior, right? We're going to add something, or punishment is taking away. So in this case, we're reinforcing, so we're adding. Continuous reinforcement, all that is going to tell us is that we are going to reinforce on a regular schedule. So we always reward desired behavior. And continuous reinforcement is the most effective when trying to condition a new response. So think about when you're first training a dog to go to the bathroom outside and you reward their behavior of going to the bathroom every single time, that's continuous reinforcement. Partial or intermittent reinforcement is you only reward part of the time. And this is the most difficult to extinct. Because they never know when they're going to get the reward, so they continue the behavior for longer periods of time because they think that they may get the reward still. So when it comes to partial reinforcement, there's a couple different types. There's schedules, right? So again, continuous means that every single time you do something, you get it. Partial just means that you get it after specific numbers of times or that it's going to vary, right? So there's 4 different kinds of reinforcement schedules, and that's what we have here. So fixed means that it stays the same. Variable is going to mean that it changes. So if we have a fixed ratio, that means that you reinforce after a number of responses. So after you buy 10 coffees, you get 1 coffee free. That's a fixed ratio. Then we have a variable ratio. This is reinforcement after a variable number of responses. I like to buy those little scratch off lotto tickets for the kids. They have fun with them, so I buy the little dollar ones. So if I bought, let's say, 5 of those little dollar scratch offs, then after, let's say, sometimes the first time I buy them, my daughter may win on the very first one. Sometimes she may win on the very third one. Sometimes she may win on the fourth or fifth one, and sometimes she may not win at all. And so that's going to be a variable ratio because I gave her 5 tickets, and then it just kind of depends on how many she has to scratch off before she wins. So then we have time. So fixed interval is a fixed amount of time. And I actually really recommend this to reinforce after a fixed time period. I can check Instagram or, whatever social media you use after 20 minutes of studying. I think rewarding yourself, especially during studying, is super helpful and very effective. Then we have variable interval. This is reinforcement after a varied time. If you keep checking your phone for a text message that you're expecting to receive, then you might be picking it up, or checking it after certain amounts of time. And you never really know when that text message is going to come in, so it's going to vary. Okay, so here we have a reinforcement schedule, and this is just a graph of the four different types of reinforces. So what we see first with a fixed ratio and variable ratio is that both of those are going to, or a ratio, oops, let me not do white. So a ratio is going to have a higher number of responses than an interval. So that's the first thing to notice about this graph. And again, a ratio means that you're getting a reward after a set amount of tries, right? And so here we see the reinforcers are these little black dashes. So whenever you see a little black dash, that's when in this case, the pigeon was getting reinforced. And then what we see though for the most steady responses is going to be the variable interval. So meaning that you get a reward after a varied amount of time, that's going to create a steady sense of responses. So this is important because what they've learned is that this behavior can be applied to, a variety of different animals as well as people. So if you want a person to continue to responding, that maybe rewarding them at variable intervals might be the best way to do it. Okay, so let's say you're trying to use reinforcement. What are some things that you can do to make sure that that happens and that you are successful with it? Well, first is the magnitude of reinforcement. So how big is it? So are you just offering a little piece of candy or are you offering, $100? That might make a difference. How quickly? How immediate is it? Is a reinforcement? Does it happen right away? And if so, then that might impact the conditioning. But also, and this is where it gets tricky, because you could have something really big. You could do it right away, but there's also a level of motivation of the learner. So if the learner isn't motivated to learn it, then sometimes there's nothing you can do as far as conditioning. So there has to be some level of learner. Okay, so let's talk about operant versus classical conditioning. So we'll have operant, we'll have classical. And how are they different? Well, for classical, the learner is passive, or learning is passive, meaning the learner doesn't really have to do anything. Also, there is no incentives, or really punishments for that matter either. For operant conditioning, the learner has to be active, and they use reinforcements as incentives. Now, in both cases, though, learning does occur and can be very effective. So overall, what we talked about was the different types of reinforcement schedules for this lesson. What you need to be aware of is that a partial reinforcement schedule is going to be much harder to extinct versus a continuous reinforcement schedule, which is going to be much quicker to learn. And out of the different types of reinforcement schedules, we have fixed ratio, or a fixed, which just means a set amount. We have variable, which means it changes. We have ratio, which means number, and we have interval, which means time. The major differences between operant and classical conditioning is operant expects the learner to be an active participant, where classical conditioning, the learner can be passive, but they both result in learning. So depending on what type of learning you need to happen may depend on which one you want to go with.